Fifth Phase, 1935-1947. Government of India Act 1935. The most comprehensive of all the laws introduced by the British government for the administration of India. The largest law passed in the 800-year history of the British Parliament. This law can be cited as the main source of the Indian Constitution. This Act has a total of 321 articles and 10 schedules. The framers of the Constitution adopted over 70% of the provisions, or 247 provisions, from this Act. The Constitution of India is called a matrix copy, Xerox copy. The main objective of this Act is stated to be to introduce responsible governance in India. Highlights: Formation of a federation. Following the recommendations of the Simon Commission, the British established a federation-style government in our country. The policy was introduced. Powers were distributed between the central and state governments. A central list, 59 major subjects of national importance such as national defense, foreign affairs, currency, railways, post offices. B. State list, 54 subjects of regional importance such as agriculture, irrigation, education, local self-government. C. Concurrent list, 36 subjects like marriage, divorce, inheritance etc. are included in this list and are dealt with. Powers were given to the central and state governments. Relics: the British Governor-General was given powers over the items not mentioned in the above three lists and the newly introduced items, which were designated as relics. Central Legislative Assembly, increasing the number of members in the houses while maintaining the bicameral system at the centre happened. A Council of States, the total number of members is 260, of which one-third are allocated to representatives of the indigenous states of our country. These members are elected by the people. That is, they are elected through direct voting. B. Legislative Assembly, the total number of members is 375, of which one-third is reserved for the native princely states. Its members are elected by the members of the legislative assemblies of the states. That is, they are elected indirectly. The federal system was not implemented due to the refusal of the indigenous princely states in India to join the federal system. Bicameralism in the states. Out of the 11 British colonies in India, bicameralism was introduced in 6 states. These were Assam, Bengal, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Madras, Bombay. Autonomy for states. The dual system of government introduced in the states of our country by the 1919 Act was abolished by the 1935 Act. Providing autonomy to the states, the reserved and transferred lists were abolished in the states and Indian ministers were given powers over 54 subjects in the state list. Dual government at the centre. The dual system of government, which was abolished in the states, was introduced at the centre through the 1936 Act. Reserve list, important powers and revenue-generating items were designated as the reserved list and given powers to the British Governor-General. Transfer list, the powers, revenue and non-essential departments were designated as the transfer list and given to Indian ministers. Separate constituencies were established in the Indian legislatures for the weaker sections, workers, women, and Europeans. Constitution of Federal Court. October 1, 1935 Delhi. Since the federal system was introduced in our country, a federal court was established to resolve disputes arising between the centre and the states, and between the states. Number of judges is 7+1. Chief Justice, Maurice Guire. This is not the highest court. This is because the judgments given by this court can be appealed to the Privy Council in London. Administrative area. Burma and Berar were separated from India. The arrangement came into effect at that time as this law was enacted in 1937. Separate public service commissions have been set up at the centre and in the states. The post of Advocate General was created so that chief legal advisers could be appointed to state governments. Special reservation facility has been provided for socially backward weaker sections. The Governor-General was empowered to send bills passed by the Central Legislative Assembly to London for the consideration of the British Queen. Welfare issues of scheduled castes and scheduled tribes under the name of Instrument of Instructions Incorporated. By granting unlimited powers to the Governor-Generals, they can veto the resolutions of the Central Legislative Assembly and, if necessary, send those bills and resolutions to London for the consideration of the British Queen. The India Council, the council that advises the Secretary of State for India, was abolished. RBI was established to regulate the financial affairs of India. Only 10.6% of the Indian population has the right to vote. The capital of India was moved from Delhi to New Delhi. This law was criticized by Muhammad Ali Jinnah as unreasonable, unacceptable, unenforceable, and altogether bad. This law has been described as a vehicle without an engine with a fixed braking system. Nehru, it's like the beginning of a new slavery in our country. Prof. K.T. Shah. A law forcibly imposed by the British government on the people of India. This act was implemented in 1937. Elections were held for the central and state legislative assemblies in 1937. Out of a total of 11 states, the Indian National Congress won in 8 states, while coalition governments were formed in 3 states. In 1939, the state governments resigned. These resignations were made in protest against the British declaring that our country would participate on Britain's behalf against Germany during World War II without consulting Indians. August Proposals 1940. Lord Linlithgow formulated these proposals. Governor-General of India. After World War II, India was promised partial independence with dominion status, in exchange for which Indians would cooperate with the British in World War II. Indians strongly opposed these proposals. Crip Proposals 1942. The proposal of the people of India to form a constituent assembly was accepted for the first time. The British claimed to fulfill all their promises in the past, but in return, Indians should cooperate with the British. The Indian National Congress passed the historic Quit India resolution in opposition to the Kripa proposals, stating that a dominion status, partial independence, will be granted. In opposition to the Crip proposals, the Congress passed the Quit India resolution in 1942. Gandhiji gave the slogan, "Do or die," during the Quit India movement. Gandhi described the Kripa proposals as a post-dated check for a bankrupt bank. Wavell Plan 1945. This scheme was designed by Lord Wavell, the Governor-General in 1945. He suggested that the British government should retain powers over matters such as national sovereignty, defense, foreign affairs, and currency, while giving the Indians power over the remaining issues, and instead, a war advisory council should be formed to represent all sections of India. Simla Conference 1945. This meeting was organized to obtain Indian cooperation in World War II. This meeting was organized to establish an understanding between Bhulabhai Desai, Congress, and Liaquat Ali Khan in order to bring about reconciliation between the Congress and the Muslim League. The Muslim League walked out of the meeting because there was no mention of the formation of Pakistan, and the Congress because there was no constructive proposal for independence. This proposal was opposed by the Congress and the Muslim League. C.R. Formula 1944. Rajagopalachari of the Emperor made these proposals with the belief that independence could only be achieved through collective effort by achieving unity between the Congress and the Muslim League. C.R. stated in his formula that after the country's independence, a referendum should be held in the areas that wanted the formation of Pakistan, and a decision could be made based on the opinion of the majority of the people. The Muslim League and the Congress, protesting against the direct acceptance of the creation of Pakistan, used this formula against the partition of the country. The Congress categorically declared that there was no question of accepting the partition of the country. Cabinet Mission 1946. The Labour Party came to power in the elections held in Britain after World War II. Clement Attlee, of the Labour Party, became Prime Minister. In March 1946, a statement was made in the British Parliament announcing that a 3-member committee would visit India to find a solution to the Indian problem. A cabinet mission consisting of Patrick Lawrence, led by Sir Stafford Cripps, and A. Alexander visited India. Key propositions. A constituent assembly was formed by Indians to frame a constitution for Indians to govern themselves. In British-ruled territories, members of the Constituent Assembly are elected by the state legislatures. The native states were given the opportunity to send their representatives to the Constituent Assembly. There should be one member representing every 1 million population. An interim government should be formed that represents all sections of the country until the transfer of power takes place. This mission rejected the creation of Pakistan. The Union Cabinet in India before independence in 1946. Members of the Council of Ministers. Various branches. 1. Jawaharlal Nehru, Foreign Affairs and Commonwealth Relations Department. 2. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Ministry of Home Affairs, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting Department. 3. Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Department of Food and Agriculture Department. 4. Dr. Janmathai, Industry and Distribution Department. 5. Jagjeevan Rao, Workers Department. 6. Sardar Baldev Singh, Defense Department. 7. C.H. Baba, Works, Mines and Power Department. 8. Liaquat Ali Khan, Department of Finance. 9. Abu Rubnister, Posts and Air Department. 10. Asaf Ali, Railway and Transport Department. 11. C. Rajagopalachari, Education and Arts Department. 12. I. Chundrigar, Commerce Department. 13. Ghazanaf Ali Khan, Medical and Health Department. 14. Joginder Nath Mandal, Department of Justice.